Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here. Gonna do a commentary video for Total War Rome 2. As you can see, the gameplay footage is live, the commentary is not live. So, Macedon versus Armenia. My Armenian opponent's out in the background, his name is Shmoe. I'm gonna push all my infantry up towards him, and all my cav is all on my right, and they're hidden behind this mountain here, and I'm gonna leave them hidden behind that mountain. I'm not gonna use them until I think that their appearance will be decisive and surprising. So there's my opponent's army. From that quick intel gathering on that mini-map, or on that tactical overhead, I saw that my opponent had some Persian calves, some cataphracts, some Persian hoplites, and a unit of axes. I'll show you the exact compositions later on, at the end of the battle. My army, you can see it. You can see my unit roster right there. I have a unit of Rural Peltos, that's where my general's at. You saw my 4 Thessalian cav. I got 4 hoplites, 2 thorax swords, and 6 Thureos spears. So it's a rush army. I got no dedicated missile units myself, which is kind of a risk going against Armenia, who you would suspect would bring some kind of missile force. But I went with a rush army, and my strategy going into this was to close with my opponent's non-missile units, and then hopefully destroy them quick enough before his missiles take a toll on my troops. So at this point, I saw that my opponent was bringing up some skirmish troops. They're now in front of his main line of infantry. You can tell because they're kind of a bit looser spread out. And those are actually his 4 units of Eastern archers. And again, with my Thessalian cav, I don't want to use them until I think that their appearance will be decisive. Like, when I can, I like to make my cavalry's appearance violent and sudden. So anyways, my opponent's archer starts to open fire, and he is going to focus fire on my general, which is a very good idea, taking out my general. So when I see that happening, I'm gonna push up all my Thureos spears to the front ranks, and I want them close enough to use their javelins against those archers. And again, you can see that my opponent's attention is all focused all on my general, whose numbers are going down faster now. They're down 102 from 120. That focus fire is really taking a toll on my general unit. I probably should have retreated him when I saw him getting shot at. But at last, my Thureos spears opened fire on his eastern archers. And that's when he finally pulled his archers away. But look at my general, it's down to 74 men. So yeah, I definitely should have not advanced with the rest of my men when I saw him getting focus fired. So he does have some cav on my left flank now. And those are my Thureos spears opening fire, but my general is still in range of his archers. My general's now down to 62 men. So that was a really big thing. Was losing that many troops in my general unit. So now he's peeling away a unit of axemen to come charging at my hoplites on my right, and you can see he has some Persian cav going down my right flank now. I believe all of his cataphracts are on his left, minus his general. Yeah, I think those 2 cav units are Persian cav. So now he comes down. I'm gonna withdraw my Thureos spears, and I'm gonna let my swords and hoplites absorb the charge. So now I'm gonna take 2 units of Thessalian cav. I want them to start launching hammer and anvil strikes on the Persian troops, or sorry, on the Armenian troops that are stuck on my frontline units. And I'm going to use my Thureos spears to hold back any cav charges. Because remember, he has Persian cav and Eastern cataphracts roaming around. So here comes my cav. So I'm hoping that their appearance will be demoralizing at least. And hopefully their effect will be dynamic. I was hoping his cav would have been engaged with my Thureos spears, but he was still using them in reserve capacity. Maybe had I waited a few seconds later, they would have been stuck on my Thureos spears. But right now, his archers are hammering away at my other units. And the reason why I didn't go straight for his archers is because he has a Rural Cataphract unit back there now. Well, I considered going for them, but then I saw his Rural Cataphracts come out. So I decided to go for the hammer and anvil strikes, as my original mission was stated. And you can see with my other units of cav, I went for a charge on his Persian cav. See that? I wanted to just obliterate them with a charge. And some of my infantry units broke through. See that? I'm gonna use them to hit the backs of his or to flank his infantry units. And I don't know if you saw that, but his royal cataphracts came in for a charge, and I countercharged with one of my Thessalian cav. And I'm gonna try to sneak away one of my Thessalian cav units to charge at those archers now that his general's bogged down. I know that my lone unit of Thessalian cav can't destroy that royal cataphract, but that should be enough, or I was hoping that'd be enough to slow him down, long enough for my one unit of Thessalian cav to break his 4 unit of archers. I think those archers play too much of a role in this fight, and with a rush-style army, I should have neutralized them a little bit faster than that. My infantry is doing pretty well, though. The fact is, he does have some cataphracts bashing in the backs of my infantry, though. And the balance bar is favoring my opponent at this stage. But luckily, I do have that unit of Thessalian cav wreaking havoc in his backline still. That unit is not pretty, his position. He's 1 against 2 Persian hoplites, and now he has those cav units coming in. But elsewhere, there are some blinking Armenian flags. Sorry if I called them Persian earlier. It's just that my opponent's using so many Persian units. So now I'm going to take my unit of Thessalian cav. I'm going to try to charge at the backs of his infantry, even though I see his royal cataphracts chasing my dudes. They just dispatch one of my Thessalian cav. And over on the right side, the Persian cav is still holding their own against my Thessalian cav. And I'm so sad that I didn't destroy those archers. But when I saw his royal cataphracts coming, I had to take action. Like, I couldn't take on his archers anymore. So I was hoping for a dynamic charge on the backs of his infantry. You know, trying to free up some of my Macedonian infantry. Yeah, I think those cataphracts were very crucial too, aside from his archers. Because my Thessalian cav were not strong enough to take on his cataphracts. Mano y mano. And, looks like he killed one of my cav units with his Persian cav, but I'm destroying one of his units. Actually, there they stopped breaking, so his Persian cav held their own in face of my Thessalian charge. And I'm pretty sure I even got a charge in with my Thessalian cav, and he did not get a charge in with his Persian cav. But look at all those blinking Armenian flags. I was still pretty confident that it was a 50-50 battle at this point, even though his cav was reigning supreme, and even though he still had archers with a free hand against my infantry. So yeah, I really wanted to just destroy his melee infantry first, and then worry about his archers and cav later on. So I still have this one unit of Thessalian cav. I managed to break free from those Persian cav over on the right. Now I'm going to try to hammer an anvil strike with them. You know, I probably could have went for those archers, like, immediately. See that? How there's no more cataphracts protecting those archers? I probably should have went for them. But I made a tactical choice. I freed up that unit right there of hoplites. So I think that was still a pretty good choice, I think. Plus, he had his cataphract still right there, actually. So they could have pulled back to save his archers if he wanted to. So I think I made the correct choice in that given decision. In that given choice, I mean. So I got these free units of infantry now. So I still have a lot of infantry units. And you see how his royal cataphracts responded to my cav immediately? So yeah, I probably should not have charged his archers as I wanted to earlier. I think go for that unit of infantry was better. And I did manage to at least waver one of his archers before I get caught up with by royal cataphracts. So I'm still trying to get as much damage as I can done on his archers. Loose. But the good thing is they're not firing at my infantry anymore. And it looks like right now the balance bar actually favors me at this point. And you see more blinking Armenian flags. See that?
Advance at speed.
Advance at speed. This is a cool map, by the way. It's pretty cool. I like it. Now, certainly it could be abused, but you can see none of us are abusing the hills here. I only use it to hide my troops. So yeah, all those blinking flags back there, I believe those were his archers. So he still has his cav edge, but I believe I have the upper hand with my infantry at this point. But now his royal cataphracts are free. They just killed my Thessalian cav. So now he's got his cav coming back. And he still had that unit of eastern cataphracts hammering my guys. So now, bam, charge from his dudes right there, from his cav. And I got this unit of Thureos spears trying to hold back his hoplites. They're about to get enveloped though. Now I see his general right there. My only hope, or I was hoping at this point, that I could take out his general. Maybe the morale hit would be a big blow to his army, and there'd be a mass rout of Armenian units. And there's nothing I can do about this charge coming in from behind. If I turned around, I'd have been hit from the other side. So I saw it coming, but I, can't really do anything about that. I lost my unit of Thureos spears as they got enveloped on the top. See them? So now there's 2 extra Armenian units coming down now. So at this stage, yeah, this battle is definitely going my opponent's way now. And he pulled out his royal cataphracts. So he's going to wind up for a cav charge with him. And at this point, I saw the bounce bar, and I saw how few Macedonian troops were left. So now, my only hope now was to hope his general would come back in, and hopefully one of my guys would just take out his general. That was my only hope at this point. I could not outfight all of those Armenian units, so he actually obliged me there. He went in for a charge. He probably should have just kept his general out. To avoid the risk of losing his general. But his general's got balls. He's going to come for a charge. But yeah, I was really hoping to just take out that general and just swing the battle in one cheap assassination attempt on his general. So I would say definitely his archers played a huge part in this fight. I didn't neutralize them quick enough. And his cav played a huge part in this fight too. I tried to just bog them down with my Thessalian cav, but it wasn't enough, I don't think. And my troops still have some fight left in them. There's even a routing, or a wavering unit of Persian hoplites, but I just lost my second remaining unit of Macedonians, and now I'm losing my last remaining unit of Macedonians. And now my Macedonians are dead. So it was a costly enemy victory, but not really. That was battle 319 in the grand scheme of things. We're gonna look at the damage here. So yeah, you can see his cataphracts killed tons of my Macedonians, and his archers killed tons of my guys, and they also got the crucial kill on my general. And his Persian hoplites, they did their thing of holding my guys back. They didn't have to win, they just had to hold my guys back. Anyways, good game to Joe Shmoe. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Macedon versus Armenia. I quite enjoyed it.